As we said in the last module, starting with database concepts, we will be looking at some things to make our database understanding easier. One of these things is the concept of converting text to columns. The question is how to separate data that is in one column into two separate columns. We should always try to separate data into their own fields. Why? Because we may want to sort the names, for example, and if they're combined by first and last name, it will be quite difficult. If we have just the last names in one field, we will be able to succeed. Let's take a look at our example. Here we have the names of the people, individuals who may be invited to our birthday party, but they were put into one column, both the first and last name. What we'd like to do then is separate them into two columns so we have more flexibility. To do that, we will first insert a column to the right of column A, and that will serve the purpose of having the last name go in there, and the first name will stay in column A. So to do that, take the cursor, move it to column B, right click, let's choose on Insert. We now have a second column. Let's rename the top A4 from names to just first, and let's put in last for last name. Okay, now let's highlight the first and last names that we have, and what we are going to do now is separate them into two separate columns. To do that, we were going to choose Data, Access. Let's go to Data. Let's go to Text to Columns. And it gives me the data as it appears. Let's continue by choosing Next. Let's choose Space and Next. And let's choose Finish. And there we have it. We have our names separated. We can take a look with Smith in the second column and Bob in the first column. And that's all there is to do that. Believe it or not, sometimes we want to convert columns to text. So there are possibilities where we want it to look nicer, we'll have no interest in doing any sort of sorting or anything of that type. And let me show you how that is done. Let's assume we have the name David in one column and we have Hope in the other column, and we'd like to join them together. Well, the way this is done is using what's called concatenation. And to do that, then we'll go to the cell where we want to have the first and last name joined together, and we'll type in equals and reference to that cell, and then we're going to put in an ampersand, which is going to join them together, and we'll put in the next cell. Now when we do this, you'll see it's not going to be exactly what we want, but let's press enter. We do have the name. We'd like to get a space. Now we could put a space in by ourselves, but let's do it the way that it is suggested. What we need to do is, let's put this in a different cell now. We'll do again equals, and we'll say A50 in this particular case. And now we're going to be putting in the actual space itself. To do that, we'll put in again the ampersand, and then we're going to put in quote, space, quote. This will mean add into this expression a space as well. And now we'll put in the second name, results show up over here where we had to put in A50 and we put in the quotes, another and, the ampersand, and the B50. That's all there is to it. To see the formula down on the spreadsheet, let's hold down the Control key, press that little squiggle, and this is what it looks like.